GENEPAULACEPETER here. I got tagged some time ago by Hero81, and it was a show 50 books tag. A lot of people are doing different things, showing their more valuable, showing their favorites. This is like 50 books I picked out that I love. I thought about it like 50 books I couldn't live without. 50 favorite in the collection type thing. So anyway, I'm going to try and rip through these as quickly as I can so it's not some long excruciating video or something. But this is mine. So 1977 Atlantis. I tried forever to get this. This is a local Newfoundland Canadian book with Captain Newfoundland, real early Boris Vallejo cover. I love this book. So glad to get it. That's a new one for this year. Captain Newfoundland, issue number 1, 1981. And this was based on a local news guide that we had, or a television guide called Newfoundland Herald. And Captain Newfoundland was a character that was in that, created by Jeff Sterling, and I think the art here is Ryan. Yeah. So I was really glad to get this one. This is so hard to track down too. Beautiful. One of my favorite covers, favorite books, favorite villains of all time. Totally underrated. And when Thunderbolts come out, and the Netflix kind of thing is happening, you're going to be sure to see Paladin, and you're going to see this one rise. First appearance of Paladin, issue 150, Daredevil. New one I showed earlier is Showcase number 14, fourth appearance of Barry Allen. Nice early showcase issue. This book is a little rough, but what it lacks in crispness, it makes up for in awesomeness. I love this book. So cool. I'm really glad to get this. My favorite book, hands down, this original copy. Let me just take it out and show you some of the things. As you can see, it's still taped together. Nice big tear up here. Oh, I just tear it a little more. That's okay. Yeah, this is a classic book. Pretty gnarled. I took this everywhere. But yeah, you have everybody battling everybody, and I always love the larger spreads. There's the one of Hawkman, like this one. Let's see, Jim Apro doing Red Tornado, and Aquaman. I mean, that's amazing. So cool. Nice big one. Firestorm versus Manhunter. I love this book. That's basically how I learned how to draw as well. My favorite 80s artist, Walt Simonson. Issue 337-4, first Beta Ray Bill. Love this book. This is awesome. I'm glad this book is actually starting to get some recognition. Fantastic Four 129, Thundra. Ever since I read Fearless Defenders, I was so drawn to this character. I would love to see her utilized better. I think she was in Red Hulk's, or the Hulk's book title, a more modern one that was out. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the books that got me into collecting, this first appearance of Absorbing Man, Journey to Mystery 114. This book is gnarled, but it is complete, and it is still one of my favorite books in my collection. Love it. One of the first badass books I ever got in my life. This was not this copy, but I had to go rebuy it. But this book was one of the first comic gifts I was given by a friend of mine, TJ, when I was, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. And at the time, I didn't know who Starlin was or Wrightson. I knew Starlin, but I didn't know Wrightson, and I was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. It's hilarious. It's good, amazing artwork. You never got that in your pulp books. So I was like, this is sick. War is Hell, issue number 9, first appearance of the male incarnation of Death. Very cool book. Amazing artwork. I love the red. Great book. This one doesn't really show up a lot. This is first appearance of One Above All, Jack Kirby creation. One Above All is probably the strongest. I mean, he's the strongest thing in all of Marvel Universe. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot argue it. No. There's a lot of other people who are as strong, but One Above All, definitely, he's up there. It's amazing book. Issue number 7, The Eternals. Amazing Kirby work. This here is a recent pickup. This is New Teen Titans, issue number 40. Now, this book in particular doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. I mean, it's a beautiful cover, but it's signed by George Perez, and for that reason, I mean, I love Perez. I think this book's great for that. And it's a great cover to get signed. Whoever did it picked a good choice. Thanos issue number 1. Again, I'm not too attached to this book, if it was just on its own, but it has Jim Starlin's autograph there, and he is probably one of my favorite artists of all time. He inspires me to just think outside the box. He's awesome. Great book. A big one here. Avengers number 57, first appearance of Vision. It's easy to say why this will be on anybody's list for best books. Look at the cover. Lucino just kills it. It's just amazing. One of the most iconic covers of the Silver Age. First appearance of Doc Samson. Issue 141. This was a gift from Julie. It was pretty cool. I got this from her when we first started going out. It was nice. This one will always stay in my collection. Hulk 109, my favorite Hulk cover. I love this. I love how the title head is carved into the mountain. It's amazing, but really nice grade too. It's one of my favorites. I'm not a Spider-Man fan, but I mean, when I was young watching the Spider-Man cartoon, I thought the Rhino was awesome. That one episode where he's stealing all the gold to make a giant gold statue of himself, yeah, that just resonates with me. And I love this book, Ramita. Really great. Strange Adventures, number 205, first appearance of Deadman. One of my favorite DC books. I'm not too crazy on DC, but there's a couple people that stand out. And it's usually like, well, you know, you call them the Morts or the Stranger people, or Doctor Strange. Yeah, so really glad to have this one. I picked this up a couple years ago. Yeah, really cool work. Oh, I remember the day I bought this. I lost my mind. First appearance of Black Panther, Fantastic Four, number 52. That's super low grade, and I had 2 copies, but I gave one to my wife. But both were really low grade and stuff. But even the low grade one now, this book's gone crazy price. I'm not saying it's not well deserved, but it's just gone crazy in price. Again, how can you not love this cover? Look at Black Canary's legs. Bam! Justice League of America, issue number 75. And I always forget. I don't know if this is like it is the reintroduction of Black Canary, but I don't know if it constitutes as the first appearance of the Silver Age Black Canary. I don't know what's going on, but it's a great book. Neil Adams. Longshot, issue number 1. Longshot was always one of my favorite X-Men, because I didn't get into X-Men until much later, and when I came across X-Men, Longshot was, very relevant in the continuity at the time, and I just thought he was a badass, long hair, cool dude, good attitude. I don't know, just love the concept. And the work's amazing too. I think this might be Arthur Adams. Yeah, Arthur Adams' work. I showed this a little while ago, or just recently. This is Curse Pirate Girl, issue number 1, red stamp, first print by Jeremy Bastian. The artwork in this is just simply amazing. I love this book so much. I don't usually have a whole lot to say about independent books. I like my things, but I'm not a big independent person. But man, this is outstanding. I mean, whatever was going through his mind at the time when he created this, you can tell that this is his baby. It's amazing. I love this book. One of the books that got me into collecting, House of Mystery, number 143. First appearance of Martian Manhunter in this title. You gotta love Zook. An iconic cover though. Love this book. Now the next 3 books, these were gifts from my mom. These were some early books that I got when I first started collecting, and these were the only ones that had bags when I was young. I was just like, yep, done, staying in the bag. They must be worth a fortune. Had no real idea, about grading and things like that. I had an Overstreet price guide, and I would see, I'm like, no way, like that much for that, but yeah, you get older and you learn the grades and stuff like that. But that aside, these I would save in a fire. I love these books. My mom totally supported my comic interest as a kid, so this is issue 478, Batman's Detective. First appearance of Clayface, number 3. So it was a key at the time too. Still a key. Batman Detective Comics, 461. I love this cover. It used to always drive her nuts because it had rats all over it. She's got this big fear of rats. Anyway, she's like, I can't believe I bought that. I love that book. And then this one, which made me fall in love with Jim Aparo. Breaking the Bull, issue 118, Batman and the Wildcat co-starring the Joker. I mean, look at that cover. That's insane. That's insane. So good. And the next three are connected as well. This is the Book of the Dead, issue number 1. Again, not super attached to the book or Man-Thing in particular, but it is signed by Bernie Wrightson. And this, living in Newfoundland, like these signatures, the reason why they're here for me is because they're so hard to get. I'm never getting to a con. I don't know. You really appreciate that kind of stuff when you can't get out there. This is amazing to me. That's crazy. So signed by Bernie Wrightson. This is probably one of the other modern books on my list too that I picked out for sure. Frankenstein Alive Live, issue number 1. Probably, for me, one of the greatest modern stories, books put out in recent years. I love it. And then of course Swamp Thing number 1. I mean, just classic Wrightson. I love this book. Brother Power the Geek, issue number 1. So good. And issue number 2. These are fantastic. Underrated character. Underutilized. I don't know how they would actually be even really able to use it in continuity. I know he made an appearance in the multiverse recently. Iron Man and Submariner, issue number 1. Crossover title between Tales of Suspense and Tales to Astonish when they bunked out and the boys got their own title afterwards. Love this book. I mean, look at anytime you had two of them together, now it's a good time. One of my favorites, probably my favorite Starlin book. Definitely my favorite Starlin book. Captain Marvel number 34. First appearance of Nitro, but it wasn't for that reason. Even though this cover's badass, it's the art inside. It is the greatest drawn comic book, front to back. I love it. So good. You want to be inspired? Read this book. Check this book out. Incredible Hulk, issue 102. I mean, this is one of the books that got me into collecting. How could you not like this? This is crazy. Awesome Severin work. Severin, Jack's the king, she's the queen. Incredible Hulk 181. I mean, when I got this, that's kind of when I felt like a real collector. Then when I got something with this magnitude, like, it changed how I looked at collecting and realized that it could be possible for me. Giant Size X-Men number 1. Again, another book that just kind of puts you on the map as a collector. Like, you just feel, bam, I got that book. First appearance of Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird, Magic. First appearance of the team. It's fantastic. Another big book. Invincible Iron Man number 55. First appearance of Thanos, Drax the Destroyer, Blood Brothers, and Star Fox. Well, Eros, a Star Fox. And this book just exploded, man. That's crazy. I mean, ever since the first Avengers movie, this book just went off the rails. Crazy. I genuinely feel bad for anybody who missed that opportunity to pick it up while it was cheap, because now it's gone crazy. Again, awesome Starlin work. This one I got it from a trade with my good buddy Gimpy 135. Strange Tales, first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra. My first time as Nick Fury as the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Or the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah. Another book that got me into collecting, or I just drooled over as a kid, looking at Thor 126. Amazing Kirby work. Fantastic book. You want to talk about fantastic covers? Silver Surfer issue number 3. And this is gorgeous. Just gorgeous cover. Gorgeous book. Really sought after, man. Conan the Barbarian, issue number 1. This, again, I'm more of a superhero person, but I love my Conan. Again, I was raised in that in the early 80s. Loved Conan. So to have it in my collection today, really thankful. Submariner number 1. Another iconic cover for sure. I mean, whenever I buy the reprints and things like that back in the day, get them at yard sales and stuff, this would always show up. Always. Like, there's a part here, or it's inside. I used to see it everywhere when Johnny Storm was burning the hair off of Namor's face with his flame. Yeah, pretty cool. Invincible Iron Man number 1. Book's not in the greatest condition, But hey man, it's Iron Man #1. I got that from Gimpy in a trade as well. I traded on the book. So, Werewolf by Night, issue number 32. Love Moon Knight, love Werewolf by Night. I don't know, really lucky to get this at the time that I got it to, because this is another book that's gone crazy in price. And again, well deserved. This is probably one, if you're really narrowing it down to like 5-10 books that I gotta save, this is gonna be one of them. And this came from my brother Brian Emsky. It's just, oh my god, Night Nurse #1. Now everybody talks about how it's hard to find, things like that. That may be so, but I love this book. I love this book. Like, I tell them all the time, like, I love this book. Can't find the other 3 though. It's killing me. Apparently Night Nurse is going to be making an appearance in Daredevil as well, so pretty stoked for that. Yeah, Night Nurse, sexy. Strange Adventures number 180. That's the first appearance of Animal Man. Now, not Animal Man in costume. That's something I want to work on getting, but first appearance of Animal Man, love it. Got that at the right time as well. First appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus, Fantastic Four number 48. Just a sick book. Sick. I don't know. I looked at this book today and I'm like, sick. That's crazy I have this. So good. My favorite hero all time. I mean, I was raised on Hulk, and it's not, I still lots of love for the Hulk, but man, Luke Cage, love this book, love that hero, so good, and I'm so excited. I got no words for that, no words for the fact that we got a show coming out. It's going to be monstrous. First appearance of Hawkeye, issue Tales of Suspense number 57. Really cool book. I was really glad to pick it up. Before Avengers dropped, I actually went out and I made sure I collected as much money as I could get together, and I said, I've got to get one of the Avengers first appearance. I got to nail that down. Knew I couldn't get Hulk, Thor, or Iron Man. It was just like, it was a little too much money to nail down. So it was really between, and at this point I had Nick Fury's first appearance, but so it was down between Black Widow and Hawkeye, and I've always loved Hawkeye. I mean, Black Widow's cool and all, but yeah, I've always liked Hawkeye. So, issue number 57, Tales of Suspense, first appearance of Hawkeye. Alright, this is GENEPAULACEPETER, and I'm signing out.